Hello, you too! Welcome back to my channel. I feel like that phrase actually makes sense at this point, seeing that I've been away for a long time. Listen, I don't have no excuse. I mean, I do have an excuse, but I'm not going to be justifying my inconsistency with an excuse, if you know what I mean. The truth here is that I've been inconsistent and I do take full responsibility for it, even though there's been a reason to it. If you have been following me on Instagram, you would know all the things that have been happening, but it's okay. We're gonna get to all of it. I just don't want to ramble because today's video is serious. You guys can already tell from the title. If you're new, welcome back to my channel, and if you're old, how have you been doing? I really want to know how all of you have been doing in the comment section. Please do well to tell me how you've been doing. I feel like I've been so distant to you guys. Oh my god, I miss all of you. Even though it's weird I'm talking into the camera, but I miss like chatting, replying your comments. I miss all of that. I really do miss it, and I am so excited to be back. Fingers crossed I'm back this time. Yes, I'm back, and my name is Nonso. I'm a Nigerian YouTuber based in the United States of America. I'm a soldier, and today's video is going to be a military video. I don't know if I should be smiling or if I should actually get a drink or a popcorn, because what we're talking about today is really important. So if you're ready, please stay with me and let's talk about it. So racism is something that a lot of soldiers refrain from talking about. I've been in the military now. It was 2 years in April, and I've started my 3rd year, and I can say that I have enough facts to talk about it, to talk about racism in the army. If there is racism, if racism goes on, my experiences. So the rules, and people are so scared about talking about it on social media because you don't know what's gonna get you in trouble. But I feel like I finally got around to it, and I actually have a way to talk about it now. Okay, so first of all, I would like to say that all of this that I'm saying is from researches that I've done, the programs that I've seen being implemented, my experiences. I'm also going to be sharing my racism experiences in this video. I'm also going to be sharing with you guys everything that I know about racism in the army and how to combat it, how to go around it. Okay, so first of all, I went to basic training in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. And then I went to Fort Sam Houston in Texas. And then next I was moved to Fort Gordon, Augusta. And now I'm a reserve soldier, right? The Army has this program called EO, Equal Opportunity. What this program is about is racism, colorism, ageism, basically just equal opportunity stuff, saying that the army is for everybody, regardless of your age, regardless of your gender, regardless of your sexual orientation, regardless of where you're from. Everybody's welcome in the army. That is what this program is about. And there are also like rules. If someone does something you think is inappropriate, it comes off as inappropriate to you, you can always go report. They have representatives. They have basically they have a group of people that ensure that you are safe, racially, everything. Okay, so that program is something that whenever you feel someone has done something racist to you, you go report that this is what this person did and this is how it made you feel, and they take it up from there. So the military have their own kind of punishment, which is UCMJ. UCMJ is Uniform Code of Military Justice. This is a different set of punishment from civilian side. So being a reserve, if I do something like rape or something outside the military, and I get caught by the police and everything, and I serve all the things that the civilian world has for me, maybe I go to jail for 4 years, and then I come back to the military, I have another set of punishment that I have to on the go because I'm in the military. I don't know if that makes sense. I hope you can kind of get all of that. These programs just does not mean that racism does not happen in the military. So the fact that there are EO programs, there are programs against racism and all of that does not mean that racism does not happen. Racism does not happen generally, being that not everybody in the army is racist. There are individuals. There are still people who choose to be racist even though they know they can get in trouble for it. They just low-key make these comments. It's just like someone telling me, I tell you, oh, I'm African, I'm Nigerian, and you're like, oh, that means you have a monkey, right? No, I don't. That's racist. You think I have a monkey because I'm African, and because you think Africa is a place where monkeys are and everything, I should have a monkey. That's racist. That's a racist comment. So if I have someone saying that to me, I can go to an EO representative and tell them, oh, this says such and such. And if there are people there, those people can be my witness, and they do all the investigation and take it from there. Have I experienced racism in the army? Yes, I have. First hand as a private, E1. Like, I literally just got into the army, and it was in basic training. I had this drill sergeant who was on me about my hair. Not like my hair looked unkempt or anything. He just said my hair looked unprofessional. Not that my hair was not in regulation. There were regulations stating what to do, how your hair should be and everything. Not that my hair was not in regulation. My hair just looked unprofessional. Being unprofessional was that it was low cut. Like, you know the way low cuts, your hair shrinks and it's just teeny weeny afro. I'm going to try and see if I can get a picture and put it on the screen so you guys can see what I mean. So the regulation states that if you want to have your hair out, maybe it's short, it has to be 2 inches from your scalp. Now my hair was not even up to 2 inches at that point because it was mad shrunken. And because of him, I would like wash my hair at night, put a lot of products in it and like tie it overnight to make it super shrunken, that just to impress him. But he still was not fine. He came to me one day and he was like, you're gonna go cut your hair tomorrow with the boys. I'm like, no, drill sergeant. He's like, yes, you're gonna go cut your hair because I said you should go cut your hair. Your hair bothers me. At that point, I really didn't know if I could speak up. I didn't know what I could say or if there was anything I could do, you know, that could like get him where he was supposed to be, like put him in check. I was so scared, super scared. The whole basic training is fear and everything. I was so scared. I would hide from him. So the next day I was like super nervous. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to think. And then I just went to church because it was a Sunday the next day. I just went to church, and then when I got back, everybody was like, oh, Ekwe, where have you been? Drill sergeant's been looking for you. I'm like, drill sergeant's been looking for me? What drill sergeant? Who? And they're like, so such and such drill sergeant. At this point, I'm already shaking. I'm like, why is he looking for you? He's like, yeah, he wanted you to go to the PX. And then it gets back to my brain like, oh, he wanted me to go to the PX to go cut my hair. Like he said he was going to make sure I cut my hair. So I was just looking out for him. I was looking out for whenever he was going to come get me and everything. But I knew that I wasn't doing anything wrong. So the next day being a Monday, I went to a black drill sergeant. She's black and she's female. So I was like, oh, she probably knows better because she also has her hair low, but she has it lower than mine. And then I asked her, drill sergeant, is my hair out of regulation? Is something wrong with my hair? She was like, no, your hair is fine, because if something was wrong with your hair, I'll come to you and tell you the regulation, okay? And then I was like, so why does this drill sergeant want me to cut my hair? And then I told her, oh, this drill sergeant wants me to cut my hair. And she's like, no, don't cut your hair for nobody. Let him know that your hair is in regulation and tell him this is the regulation, 2 inches from your scalp, and your hair is not more than 2 inches. So I was like, okay, so I know my right. Like, I know what to tell him whenever he comes to me. Another, like, one tip I'll tell you about racism is know the rules. Know the rules. So when someone comes to you and be like, oh, this is racist, you're like, no, that's not racist. Or if someone is being racist to you, you know what is racist. So I was like, no, okay, I know what I'm going to tell him. And he came to me and he was like, you think you escaped the last time? I'm going to get you again. So it was not just about my hair. It was just about my hair bothering you because you think because I'm black, my hair is not professional. So that goes to say that the army is not racist because they have provisions for black females. They have provision for colored people. But people, human beings, just take it upon themselves to be racist. Now, this goes to all the people who have been sending me DMs from Instagram, asking me questions, talking about everything going on in the world, with all the things, people being killed, and police violence, about race and all of that. You're not as much protected in the military because there's still people who go insane, who still have these ideas and have all these things in their head. but there are rules to protect you. This is to say that there are rules that the military have put in place to protect you, and I feel like if you know the rules, you know when someone is being racist, and you know the right authority to report to, then you should be good. Of course, there are also black people who are racist to white people, so it goes both ways. But like I said, there are rules that are in place. Even for those that make statements about females, oh, because you're female or female don't belong here, it still falls on the EO, and you can go report this kind of statements and comments. And if anybody's making you feel uncomfortable, you can always report it. And this is to say that if you are someone that you just make jokes about race and you don't feel is a problem, you don't think is something bad, check yourself, because it's not just about what you say. It's about how I take it. It's about how someone else take it, how someone else perceives it. Okay, so if I'm making a joke, I'm making a Nigerian joke towards another Nigerian, we're just talking, and then there's a white person or another black person there that feels offended, I can get reported and I can get in trouble. That's what I want you guys to know. Now, if you're trying to join the military and that's one of your fears, you're covered. You're somewhat covered. You're not covered as to not receiving those comments, but there are rules in place that can help you get around it, and there are rules in place that can keep those people in check. I just wanted to bring this to y'all's notice and to kind of like answer questions, because a lot of people have been like, oh, is there racism in the army? How do you go through racism in the army? How do you deal with racism in the army? One thing I always tell people is be on your rights. Don't be doing things. Don't be a shabby soldier, because when you become a shabby soldier, then people think they can talk to you anyhow and get away with it, because they feel like you have low self-esteem because you're always getting in trouble and all of that, so they can talk to you anyways. But if you're like not like the best soldier, but you kind of put in effort, they see that, okay, you know your rules, you know your rights, you know all of these things, and they're not gonna mess with you, for real. They're really not gonna mess with you. I hope you guys understand it now. I hope I was able to make some kind of enlightenment. And if you're new, don't be scared. Don't be scared, okay? Racism is something we have to keep fighting every day. I feel like everybody has to put on this shirt, this jacket, and fight racism together, because I know there are black people who are also racism towards white people. Okay, so we have to fight this together. And my hair is not unprofessional, but you having a problem with my hair is your problem, not my problem. I'll put my hair in regulation and you do whatever you're feeling. We'll come to the end of this video. Enough of all the seriousness, enough of all of that. I think I'm back. I'm going to be doing more military videos. People have been asking a lot of questions, and I feel like I'm going to be picking all of those questions and be touching on them once in a while, and just be doing all of those military topics. And I'm going to try to fill you guys in as much as I can on what has been going on in my life. But until that moment, if you watch this video up to this point, you are my real OG, and I am so grateful for you. And if you have not subscribed and you watched up to this point, you may want to consider subscribing, because I mean, you're liking what you see up to this point. So why don't you just subscribe and give this video a thumbs up? Talk to me in the comment section. What do you think? How have you guys been? Let's catch up. What's been going on? Yeah, and if you're not following me on Instagram, that's the best place to catch me and ask me questions and everything. So do have to follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Please stay safe and be you. Be the good in the world. Be the change that you want in the world. Bye.